Greetings, Guardians, and welcome to Destiny 4 Noobs, Episode 4, and I almost just fell out of my chair. That would have been funny to watch. So, guys, today we're going to be talking about XP, and we're going to be talking about level 25 and beyond. So, first things first, the first question I normally get is, how do I get to level 25 fast? So, guys, the first thing first is there is what they call the Light of Spark, or Spark of Light, sorry. I'm dyslexic. This does allow you to go through and basically get your character up to level 25 like that. It will automatically give you all the XP boosts so that your level does hit 25. However, do keep in mind it will not go through and it will not level up your subclass. So even after you hit level 25, you still will have that issue. Whether or not you should use it, personally, I'm normally against it. The reason why I say that is because the fact is that if you hit level 25 like that and you haven't gone through and done some of the raids or played some of the missions, the fundamentals on how to do some other things in the game are not necessarily there. I'll explain what I mean. So, for example, with Tier 3, with Court of Oryx, there is the Crota wannabe, or Baby Crota, where he basically goes through, and it's the same strat as what you do when you're taking out Crota. Everybody drops in with rockets and stuff like that. One person grabs the sword, runs up, hits him a few times, runs off, and then you obviously go back and rinse and repeat. This is quite frustrating to do if nobody has done Crota before. And there have been several times when I've gone in to do Court of Oryx, and I have just absolutely felt like beating my head into a brick wall because it'd be less painful than trying to do it. Now, that's not saying that these guys didn't know what they were doing. Well, they didn't, but anyway. It's nothing personally against them. They all were level 35s, 40s, etc. But I'm just guessing they went through and used the Spark of Light and got themselves to level 25 and probably never did the Crota raid. Now, at the end of the day, that's where sometimes fundamentals like that don't go through and don't carry on, because if you've never done Crota, you don't know how to do Baby Crota, and it gets very, very frustrating. So that's generally why I'm against this level 25 Spark of Light. Another reason is because at the end of the day, it doesn't level up your subclasses. You're still going to be left with a basic Hunter, Warlock, Titan, and you're still going to have to go through and basically level the shit out of that character just to get the subclasses up anyway. And also there is a sort of story when it comes to Destiny. It's sort of there. But yeah, it's sort of there. If you don't play some of the missions, the story missions, then yeah, you don't get to know the lore and stuff like that as well. So what I generally recommend to people is if you are going to use the Spark of Light, fine, terrific, go for it, knock yourself out. But try and do it first time with a normal character, just normally, and then use the Spark on your second or third character. That's my normal statement. So what to do, how to get to level 25 fast. Okay, so besides using the Spark of Light, what else can you do? You can go through and you can do bounties. You can do mission bounties. You get XP by doing that. You actually see it on the screen here. Most XP that you get from bounties are anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000. Obviously, the 3,000 bounties are higher to achieve or harder to achieve than the 1,500 ones. But that said, what I would normally do when I was doing my second and third character was I would just stock up on bounties and I would just basically go through and just do the storyline. And then when I got to the end of the storylines, I found that most of the bounties I already had were done. The only ones I had to left do were the Crucible, and I'll get to those in a sec. And basically just by going through and doing the story, there's things like throw grenades and arc grenades, solar grenades and stuff like that. You're normally switching your classes 2 or 3 times anyway when you're playing. Especially if you're trying to level up, you'll obviously try and switch between them. So, at the end of the day, I found that most bounties you do get done just by simply going through and playing the story missions. So there's no real extra effort involved for that. If you're a big Crucible player, you can obviously go through and play the Crucible. That will also allow you to do the bounties for that, as well as get XP for playing Crucible. Or if you're more of a PvP sort of player or PoE, You can obviously go and do Prisoner of Elders once you've hit 25 or whatever it may be for the level cap. And then obviously you can go through, and you can also go through and do Vanguard strikes as well. That will allow you to go through and get some XP for doing that as well. Now obviously, like I said, with the arena, with just getting back to Prisoner of Elders, you do have to be level 28, 32, 34 or 35 or thereabouts. Obviously if you know 28, you obviously have to be at least 25ish to do it. Otherwise you won't be able to get sort of into it. Apart from that, how else can you do it? To be honest guys, that's pretty much the easiest way. Just doing the story missions will give you XP. Doing your bounties as you go through and do that. As you say, also with Prisoner of Elders and going through. By the time you finish the story missions, you should be around the level 25 anyway. So 25 to 30, so that shouldn't be too hard. You can also go through and change the difficulty on your missions. That will always give you some extra XP. And then obviously just simply need to go through and knock out a few bounties if you're not already close to 40. You should be anyway. Apart from that guys, like I say, as for the Spark of Light, I would wait off to use it. I would use it on my second or third character, probably a third, because by the time you come around doing the second one, you're going to be so brain dead from doing the same missions over and over and over, you just want to skip it. So I'd probably use it on my third if I was doing 3 characters. Apart from that guys, obviously like I say, just basically grinding it out. You always could buy the Spark of Light from Trading Company. I can't see it there anymore, so I'm not sure if they still sell it. But yeah, that was a point in time where you could go through and buy it. Apart from that, Guardians, do you have any questions regarding anything regarding XP or anything at all? Please feel free to hit us up in the comment section below. Next week's I am going to make a video on weapons. I know you're probably sitting there thinking, wow, this video was short. I was always trying to aim for around the 10-minute mark. It was just the fact that the Titans and all that were so in depth. They went 3 times longer than I was expecting. So guys, this is generally going to be the same sort of time frame. I don't want to go making the videos too long because you'd be brain dead by the time I finished it all. So yeah, I want to aim for around the 8 to 10 minute mark. So guys, you have any suggestions regarding Destiny for Noobs, hit us up in the comment section below. Apart from that, obviously if you are around the rank 40 plus, Iron Banner is out. Do keep in mind that that is weighted though, so if you're not a decent light level, I would skip on that. Unless you want to get carried. Apart from that, Guardians, look, enjoy yourselves, have a great night, enjoy Destiny, and I will see you playing games. Have a great night and enjoy.